Hey guys, how's it going? So I've been looking around on YouTube for a little while now while I was trying to figure out how to save an attribute on GameSalad, and I realized that there are not a whole lot of videos that show how to save a attribute on GameSalad even when the game is off. So not only if you press the home button, but if you double click the home button and actually quit the application and then return to it, you want to still have the high score saved, which is what I'm going to concentrate on, saving a high score. So for a while I couldn't figure this out, and it was actually preventing me from releasing an application, a game. And I'm going to show it to you guys through the application that I'm making. The app is called Fly, and it's basically a game where you're a bird and you fly through the arrows, which are basically like wind currents, and the higher you get, the more points you collect. Well, you have to have a high score because that's kind of the point of the game. Later on I'm going to make unlockable characters based on the high score. So this is very important for this kind of app, and let's check out what it looks like. So let's start from the beginning here. It's a few scenes. Okay, it's previewed. Okay, here we go. Now this might lag a little bit because I'm recording, screen recording. GameSalad is a little overwhelmed, but whatever. Press play, we pick a character, and see it's really laggy right now because of the, yeah, but you know, it's okay. You collect some shades, sunglasses, stuff like that. You jump, you can jump or fly through the arrows, and you keep going, right? Well, here I died, right? And I died, and the score that was collected in the top right corner now is shown in the final score right down here. Now I'm gonna go press menu. Yeah, wow, that's really slow. Okay, and here you see that your high score is 1055. Now let's just show you another, case scenario. Here we go, we fell down. Go back to menu, and high score is still what we had before because the one I just did is not the high score. And this works even when you turn the game off. Now, how did I do this? Well, let's see. First thing you want to do is you want to make, I'm assuming for this video that you guys already have a scoring system, so you're already collecting the scores. All you're trying to do is figure out how to save the score even when you turn the game off. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to any scene here, and we're going to go to attributes. No, sorry, not my bird character, my attributes. And we're going to go down and create new attribute. Where's mine? Mine is called high score. You want to create, so you want to add, press plus and say you want to create an integer character, not a boolean one, an integer, and you want to name it high score. I already have one, so I'm not going to do that. Okay. Then wherever you want to have the score displayed, I want to display it on the menu screen. Here's my little box. And the little box says, don't worry about this right here. It says display text game.highscore. Select the size and that kind of stuff. Okay. Self color alpha to 0, by the way, means that it's not going to show anything besides the text. So it's not going to show the body. Anyway, so we have that. Now let's go to one of my scenes. You want to go to the place where you have the actual thing that collects the score. So in my case, one of the scenes here, called the default scene, for example, there is my main thing, right? So there's a few rules here, but what I want to show you is the most important rule. So there we go. One rule is timer. So this is how mine works. When the attribute game.halfway is true, which is controlled by my hero, the game score changes to game score plus the speed of the character divided by 80. That gives me some kind of score. It doesn't really matter. But here is what we need really. This is what's highlighted. You want to forget about the rule right now. Just remember the timer. You want to have the timer that every 0 seconds the attribute game score, and the game score attribute is what is displayed. So considering you already have a displaying score, for example here, no, not here, sorry, right here you see the score collecting. So game score is what my display text is. That's what the game score changes to. That's what the number is that the character is collecting, whatever you want to call them. And if you go back here, you say that every 0 seconds, we can go down, every 0 seconds you want to take attribute game score. If it's greater than high score, then you want to change the attribute game high score to game score. So basically, once again, if the score is bigger than the high score, which is 0 by default, so you're going to start off as saving it automatically, you want to change the attribute high score to score. And you also, in the same place, you want to put save attribute game high score to any key. So let's say key A. Okay. Now, we'll get to the rule later because it's not necessary, but it's kind of nice to have. Okay, now where is it that we're displaying? You want to display it, your high score somewhere else. Once again, you just go and say game high score. Now the most important part, possibly the most important part, is here's your intro screen. So my intro screen is a bird that jumps down or goes up, and whatever. That's kind of your either loading screen or whatever. Right there's an actor that I put away from everything so you can't see it. And all it says is load attribute key A, which was what we just talked about, to attribute game high score. Okay? Alright, and that's basically it. Now, there's a little bonus if you guys want to do that. Although GameSalad is really cool and it's great, there are some things that it lags at doing. So in my case, every time the bird goes up, if you tell it to keep calculating and checking if its score is higher or lower than the high score, whenever it's higher, it calculates every 0 seconds, so it starts kind of lagging. And even if you save the app as ad hoc on your phone, you'll see that it lags. So a cool thing to do is let's put a you guys can do it in any way you want, but here's what I did. There's an actor right here, it's just a little stick. And what happens is when an actor collides, I called my guy Doodle because it reminded me of Doodle Jump, but that's my actor. When your actor touches the stick, I'm going to change attribute game kill arrow. Don't worry about why I named the kill arrow to true. Otherwise it's false. Okay? So we have that when this bird, I'll show you real quick. When this bird touches this, it makes an attribute true. Now, that's useful because instead of your iPhone in the game checking every millisecond what's going on, instead of it doing that, what it can now do is only do it when it actually touches this. So if you look at the rules here, you see that in my case I made a rule that when attribute kill arrow is true, then every 0 seconds it's gonna tell to check whether the score is higher than the game high score, and then in that case it'll take the game high score and change it to score, and at the same time it'll also change game high score or save the game high score in the key. So that's basically it, and I hope you guys have an easier time doing the same thing as I did without having to figure it out on your own, because it's really a pain. So alright, thanks, bye.